Now on CoastTV News.
Cannabis Council chat. Sussex County debates the Marijuana Control Act's future impact. Solar farm spotlight. Public hearings today address controversy over local solar farm proposals. Student art to children's book. How a unique project brings Rehoboth Beach's past to life.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Weed on the table for Sussex County, but with a different set of rules. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with recreational pot talks going on at the county level.
New tonight, County Council began discussing an ordinance on how recreational pot can be handled here in Sussex County. Live in Long Neck is Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert. Charles, these discussions are different than ones held in towns along the coast.
Maddie, we here at Coast TV have done countless stories on marijuana business bans all along our coast, from Rehoboth Beach all the way down to Bethany Beach. But for places that are not within a town's jurisdiction, like here in Long Neck, the rules are a little bit different. Places that are not in a town's municipal boundaries but are instead in the jurisdiction of Sussex County are not allowed to ban the sale and cultivation of recreational weed. This is due to the Marijuana Control Act not giving counties the power to do so. Today, Sussex County Council laid down some ground rules for a potential ordinance that would regulate weed businesses, such as none being allowed within a mile of the town's limits and setting rules for hours of operation. One person said today they see marijuana businesses as a positive.
I don't think that's really a problem. I'm from Mass and it's already there, abundant around. They're very successful.
Now, nothing was voted on today by County Council. The next steps in this process would be the drafting of an ordinance, which eventually be voted on by the Council. I'm Charles Reinert, live in Long Neck, Coast TV News.
And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. Even though the county is currently not allowed to ban the sale of marijuana, we do want to know if it could. What do you think it should do? Let's take a look at the updated results from the last news hour.
A majority were saying ban it, and that's gone even more up. 67% wish they would see Sussex County allow the sale of marijuana again if legally it was allowed. 30% say no, 1% undecided, 2% say with some regulations, which is what the situation is at hand.
Now, if you want to vote on this, really easy to do. Just go to coasttvnews.com or use the Coast TV mobile app, and we will show you another update on Coast TV News at 11. Lewis Mayor and City Council are also talking about marijuana on Monday, even potentially taking action. One ordinance would allow marijuana with regulations. Those include permitted zoning districts, abiding by all state regulations, obtaining a business license with the city, the allowable distance from a school or university, and more. The city is also discussing a possible ban of the drug entirely, which neighboring towns like Rehoboth and Dewey have already passed.
Sticking with Lewis, the City Council on Monday also considering to schedule a public hearing for two proposed developments. The city is expected to review site plans for Henlopen Bluff, located on Gills Neck Road. That project wants to build 79 single-family homes with amenities. The other development on the agenda is the White's Pond Preserve. That's on Monroe Avenue Extended. The idea of the development is to build 13 single-family homes on that land parcel.
The Daisy family is looking to renovate another home in Lewis. You may recall earlier this year the family faced pushback on its plans to demolish its dated and once renovated family property, with the city citing historic district code. The Daisies felt that renovations in the 90s negated the historical value. According to the city, the home is located on Coleman Avenue. The city says the request has been made by Darnell and Daryl Daisy. The Historic Preservation Architectural Review Commission is looking to see if the family can renovate the home or if they need to schedule a public hearing to do that. The meeting is set for December 7th at 6 p.m. to discuss the historical status of the property.
Sussex County is conducting a series of community public meetings throughout December. According to the county, the meetings will gather input and qualify homeowner applicants on future housing rehab projects for the area. The meetings are held each year to determine spending priorities for over $2 million in community development block grants. The primary goal of the program is to preserve the housing stock throughout the county.
Another candidate has filed for the governor's race in Delaware. According to the Department of Elections, Gerald Price from Lewis has filed as a Republican Party candidate for the 2024 general election. He'll be running against current Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long, who announced her campaign for governor in September, and Newcastle County Executive Matt Meyer, who declared his candidacy on June 6th. The general election will be held November 5th.
The Milton 2024 municipal election, that's approaching. On Saturday, March 2nd, the Milton Fire Department polls open from 8 to 6. Remember, register by February 1st at Town Hall. It's open weekdays and also January 20th and 27th.
The Dagsboro election results have officially come in. Out of the 5 candidates, Brian Ball, Jason Russell, and Carol Thompson were declared the winners. 3 council members will be sworn in on December 18th at the Bethel Center. That's going to happen at 6 p.m.
Delaware State Police have identified the 88-year-old man who died Sunday night in a crash in Seaford. They say his name is Wayne Jaggers. He's from Laurel. According to police, it was on Route 13 south of Oakles Road. Troopers say for unknown reasons, Jaggers got out of his car, found himself right in the southbound lane of the highway. They say, unfortunately, he was in the path of an oncoming car when he was hit.
Delaware State Police have also identified 74-year-old Anna Cannon, who was killed in a car accident at Middleford Road and Route 13 in Seaford. Police say around 4:15 p.m. Cannon failed to stop at the red light and drove directly into the path of another car. According to troopers, she was taken to an area hospital by ambulance where she later died. DSP says that the driver of the other car, a 47-year-old woman from Seaford, and passengers were taken to an area hospital as well by ambulance, but that was for non-life-threatening injuries.
As we take a live look right now into Rehoboth Beach, a quiet night out there. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie. We have to continue to remember it is indeed December, so temperatures in the 40s, not so unusual, but we are going to have some wind chill factors that will be a little eye-popping at the very least, particularly as we go into Thursday morning. But right now, we're pretty copacetic for the most part. We're holding at 42 degrees in Milton currently. It's 44 in Millsboro as well as Lewis and Milford and Seaford and Del Mar at this hour. Currently, courtesy of our Royal Plus camera, we're holding at 46 degrees in Ocean City, dew point temperature of 35, and we anticipate that we're going to fall into the low 40s for tonight, but ever so slowly and subtly because of the cloud cover staying a bit on the thick side. Now, the winds are moving out of the north, so it's not like the winds are cutting us any slack. In fact, the winds are going to be more problematic for the rest of the evening because we now have a small craft advisory that's been activated along the coast from Chincoteague all the way up towards Ocean City, all the way up towards Dewey Beach, Lewis, really uncovering the entire East Coast. So we're bracing for somewhat gusty conditions. But we're keeping a close eye on this little bit of rain that's trying to sneak in across the Chesapeake Bay area. We'll talk about that and the possibilities of that combining with the much cooler air over the next, let's say, 18 to 24-hour period. It's an interesting plot twist in the forecast that you really don't want to miss a little bit later in the news. But until then, back to you, Charlie.
DelDOT says there will be lane closures on Route 24 at the Beacon Middle School and Love Creek Elementary School intersection on Thursday, December 7th. Those are going to happen from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. The closures are for traffic signal upgrades. DelDOT says to plan for minor delays.
A grant matching challenge to preserve Lewis land from development has recently begun. According to the Open Space Alliance, donations made towards the 4th Street Preserve will be matched 50% by the Longwood Foundation, up to $1 million. That means if you donate $10,000 to the campaign through the end of next year, your gift will actually be worth $15,000. The land in mind that the Greater Lewis Foundation and Sussex County Land Trust, they're trying to preserve, is a 29-acre piece of forest there on 4th Street Extended.
Some good news for the nature lover in your family. Entrance fees to all 17 Delaware state parks now suspended until February 29th of 2024. Enjoy free access to these scenic spots during the annual fee suspension. Daily fees will resume on March 1st, 2024.
DelDOT now accepting public comments for its air quality conformity analysis draft. Well, what is that? According to DelDOT, the analysis makes sure Sussex County's transportation projects align with national air quality standards. This is part of the Connect 2050 Salisbury/Wicomico Long-Range Transportation Plan and the fiscal year 23 to 26 Transportation Improvement Program. DelDOT says public comments are accepted until January 3rd. They can also be submitted in writing to DelDOT.
Sussex County Council held 7 separate public hearings this afternoon for proposed solar farms. In the newsroom is CoastTV News anchor Mallory Metzner. The sites span from east to west Sussex County, and each one seeks conditional use of the property.
Charlie, Maddie, all 7 of the solar farms are proposed by Con Ed, one of the largest energy companies in the United States. They all range in size and would provide solar energy to businesses and homes in the area that are unable to install solar panels on their roofs. The proposed sites are at south of Kendale Road in Lewis, on the south side of Lewis-Georgetown Highway in Harbison, near Old Sailor Road and Woodland Ferry Road near Laurel, South Main Street in Bridgeville. There are 3 proposals in Delmar, West Line Road, Cast-Wright Drive, and Old Crow Road, the last of which raised land use and even health concerns at today's meeting.
Such as an increased risk of cancer, particularly childhood leukemia, and other potential effects on the nervous system. Those living in close proximity to a solar farm might experience prolonged exposure.
Hammerer worries that the land won't be able to be converted back to farmland in the future. Council has to decide whether to grant the conditional use applications that would allow for these farms to be built. Council voted to defer a decision on all of these proposals to a later date. Back to you.
Make sure you pull out your phones and scan that QR code for our First Alert weather app. You can download the app for free and get all the weather updates you need. And you'll see the QR code just a little bit later, again with Paul. We have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Ocean City Air show coming back to town. An act the show is featuring this year, and when you can attend the big event.
Wintry wind whispers are calling. How will the gusts and chills affect your work week? Stay with us to know more.
First, a story of Rehoboth Beach through the eyes of children. How local students helped a retired teacher publish her first story. That story when we're back in just 60 seconds.
Live your best life with Luxury Motors. Discover your perfect ride with our ever-changing inventory of carefully curated luxury pre-owned vehicles. High quality, low mileage, luxury. With full confidence that you're getting the best value. Luxury Motors of Rehoboth Beach on the Forgotten Mile by the Bridge. On-site financing available. And if you're looking to sell your luxury vehicle, stop by and we'll make you an offer. Luxury Motors of Rehoboth Beach.
I'm attorney Ben Schwartz with a safe driving tip for you. Multitasking is a good thing, right? You get more done in less time. But as a personal injury attorney, I think multitasking is a great risk to your health and safety. When you're behind the wheel, don't do anything in addition to driving your car because you will risk getting in an accident. Focus on the road ahead, keep yourself and others safe, and if you have been injured in an accident, tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Mermaids, dolphins, and the beach, Rehoboth Beach to be exact, is the setting of former H.O. Brittenham teacher Kathy Miller's first book, a children's tale of how 2 mermaids befriended dolphins on an adventure along the sand.
That sounds fun, and the best part about the book is the illustrators are children from the school. As Coast TV News reporter Tori Seagraves shows us what inspired the book and how it's sparking creativity in students to pursue their dreams.
Adriana Hernandez is one of the few students that was selected to help create drawings for her former teacher's book, Under a Mermaid Moon.
It was really a cool experience, especially like being in a book that's actually published and going out sent to the whole world.
The author and previous English teacher says the idea for the book came from a dolphin sculpture that was painted with mermaids by local artist Julie Molyneux in Rehoboth Beach about 15 years ago.
It's really part of a dream come true for me, the living in Rehoboth and also the publishing of a book. And she was my inspiration.
Miller says having students work on the book with her turned the story into a culmination of Miller's passions.
I was just concerned about going out and getting sort of a generic artist, someone that I didn't know, someone that maybe didn't know the area. I didn't really want to do that.
Students were chosen for the project based on their artistic talents and enthusiasm, but each drawing was a chance to refine their skills.
I made the rocks and I tried to make them look more realistic, like the gray ones, and also these are some rocks that got some seaweed on them.
An experience that may have sparked some career ambitions in the process.
Maybe I want to be like an illustrator and an actor after this. It was a really fun experience.
Miller hopes to write a second children's book in the near future about the old locomotive that ran through Rehoboth Beach.
Under a Mermaid Moon can be purchased in Rehoboth Beach at Browse About Books or at Bethany Beach Books. I'm Tori Seagraves in Milton, Coast TV News.
Brisk breeze bulletin coming our way. Uncover what these lively winds mean for your evening plans next.
Discover your future with Sussex Tech Adult Education. We offer registered apprenticeship and health profession programs and much more, which will prepare you for everything you need to succeed in your new career, providing hands-on experience with classes taught by professionals from every industry. Sussex Tech will assist our graduates in finding their new career opportunity. To learn more about how you can earn your professional credentials that can change your life, check out Sussex Tech Adult Education online.
Your future is waiting for you at Sussex Tech Adult Education.
Toyota-thon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota. Like Camry Hybrid, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
How did you...
Magic.
Buy a front-wheel drive Highlander with financing as low as 3.49%. Or check out an adventure-ready RAV4 and get $1,000 finance cash from Toyota.
Come in today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
At Boscov's, our prices are dropping for holiday shopping. 40 to 75% off almost all fashion collections from Alfred Dunner, Ruby Road, Emmeline, and more. Receive a free Clinique Kate Spade 7-piece gift with any $36 Clinique purchase. Men's Spider Fleece pullover hoods or quarter-zip mock necks, just $19.99. And Boscov's delicious chocolate-covered pretzels by Asher's, only $11.99. For the best gifts at unbeatable prices with extended holiday hours, shop Boscov's.
It's all good. I'm covered. Even got a doctor's appointment this week. Covered for that too.
Babe, we're pregnant.
We're covered.
You can't plan for everything, but you can get peace of mind with health coverage through Maryland Health Connection.
Help solve the homeless pet problem by opening your home to a new furry friend. The Brandywine Valley SPCA presents the largest mega adoption event in the country. Hundreds of animals are ready to go home that same day. Adoption fees have been reduced to $35 and include microchipping, vaccinations, spaying, and neutering. Bring the whole family on December 9th and 10th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at all Brandywine Valley SPCA locations and participating partner shelters. For more information, visit megaadopt.com.
Right now, it's a bit on the cool side, but we're going to go from cool to downright cold Thursday morning. I'm telling you now, pull out the hat and gloves. You're going to need it. If not tomorrow, definitely Thursday morning. Our dry tech camera is showing us we're holding at 46 degrees, and it's tolerable for now. No need to sweat the details at this point. We're expecting partly to mostly cloudy skies for the rest of this evening as we fall and float gently into the 40s for the rest of the evening. We have concerns for gusty winds along the coast because the cold front has already pushed through. So we actually have a small craft advisory in effect for our area. I was keeping a close eye on what's happening over here to the west. We're starting to see some light precipitation make its way across the Chesapeake Bay area. Now, we could get a random little sprinkle here, but this is relatively light stuff. It's nothing to panic about, but just give you a quick little heads up. We may deal with a couple of sprinkles on your windshield if you're down near, Anacock or really well to our south, immediate south. Low pressure system that's developing off of the coast. It's going to continue to carry its way out towards deeper waters of the Atlantic. But at this time, we're holding at about 40, 42 to 44. That's pretty much the range, with the exception of Indian River Inlet and Ocean City, a little bit warmer than everybody else at about 46 degrees. Of course, that's if you call 46 degrees warm. We're about 6 degrees cooler in Salisbury than we were. And if you're going to be doing some pumpkin patch picking or some picking of pumpkins in a patch, keep in mind that we're looking for a high of 45 degrees, only about a 12% chance of rain, so the field conditions should be dry. And I'm not leaving out the folks. If you go and pick out everything for a sweet potato pie, it's going to be pretty much the same in that field as well, okay? For Wednesday, look at these winds coming out of the northwest, and a sprinkle in Milford, a sprinkle towards Millsboro, but extremely brief. Thursday morning, 32 degrees. Now, let's go over Thursday morning in a little more detail, because these mornings are going to be something that you got to keep in mind. It's going to feel like 32 degrees Wednesday morning. Thursday morning, here we go. It's going to feel like 24 degrees, and we'll have a breeze. Could actually get a little bit lower than that, so we need to dress properly for, at the very least, Thursday morning. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. We warm up by Sunday, but we also have showers by then.
Paul, thank you very much. New in Seaford, the city approved at its recent council meeting to do something new in Seroptimist Park, which you see right here on your screen. The project involves a mini library, what some call a pop-up library. The city approved to put in a couple of units in the park that will have books in it to help promote reading for children.
Love that. Reading is fundamental. The air show is zooming back to Ocean City a little later this year, and it's going to be on August 24th and 25th of 2024. The show will feature the Italian Air Force and F-22 Raptor demo team. According to the OC Air Show website, other acts have not been announced at this time.
The holiday season is here. With it comes so many fun activities for people to enjoy, like decorating for the holidays. Let's take a look at your screen right here. We have a very festive house from Carmen Cook from Ocean View. Her front door full of Christmas and winter themed decorations like Santa and that sleigh. That's awesome, Carmen. Thank you so much for sending us your photo. And we want to see how you decorate. You can send your photos and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
The Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing already. We have collected, how about this, $125,000 to help provide Christmas for children who otherwise might go without. But as we all know, this year is creating hardship for more and more people, and the need for help will be even larger.
Thank you so much to everyone who has donated to this year's Bless Our Children campaign, making sure every child has a present to open underneath the tree. All these cards represent your donations. Right now we have this cute one. This is from the Tomlinson family in Millsboro. Thank you so much for your donation. If you would like to donate, go to blessourchildren.org.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
With winter meetings underway, the Orioles, Phillies, and Nationals are all plugging away down in Nashville. But the biggest breaking news from Baltimore's organization this week comes from Salisbury, as the Shorebirds announced their hot stove banquet will be February 8th at the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center, including a pretty special guest, former O's pitcher and current broadcaster Ben McDonald. We spoke with assistant GM Jimmy Sweet yesterday on what went into bringing the LSU great to Salisbury.
We always like to have someone who knows the world of minor league baseball, but also knows a little insight about the Baltimore Orioles as well. Again, that's what our fans want to hear about. They like watching the future stars of tomorrow out here on the field, but they also want to hear about how they're doing up there, or what are some of the rumors going on back there. And again, this time of year with the winter meetings, and again, we're talking about our hot stove banquet, this is the time to bring up the rumors.
And you'll have time to meet with McDonald from 6:15 to 7. That event coming up to kick off February. We got more on the Final Score tonight from Jimmy, and plenty of local hoops action as well on the Final Score at 10:30. That'll do it for sports.
100.9% classic country plays real country.
Farmers are superheroes, true conservationists. We are using soil health practices to help fight climate change. Soil health farmers are working today to protect tomorrow, using regenerative agriculture and climate-smart practices like no-till and cover crops to improve soil health. Healthy soils sequester carbon, improve water quality, and produce sustainable, nutrient-rich food. Soil Health farmers are working today to keep Delmarva a beautiful place for generations to come.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders.
Coastal Comfort is your premier Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means not only do you receive the highest quality product, you also receive the biggest savings. With purchase of a qualified Carrier system, you could get back up to $1,550 instantly with Carrier Cool Cash. And you could also qualify for up to $2,000 federal tax credit. Call us today while the savings are hot. Coastal Comfort, we're the experts because we earned it. Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
20 years ago, Farmers Bank of Wheelers opened branches to serve Ocean City and West OC. Now, we're making it official with permanent locations to better serve our customers in Worcester County. While other banks are closing branches, we're banking on Ocean City's future. Sure, we have a world-class app, but sometimes there's no substitute for helpful, friendly people. Announcing our grand opening on 87th Street, North Ocean City, and coming in 2024, West OC on Route 611. Switch to the Farmers Bank of Wheelers, where people matter.
Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning extends warm wishes to you and your loved ones this holiday season. Let us ensure your home is cozy and comfortable all year long. From your entire Coastal Comfort family, Happy Holidays! Coastal Comfort, a Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Feel the magic of the season as you wander your way through an immersive winter wonderland at Ocean City, Maryland's Winterfest of Lights. Let imagination flourish at Northside Park with thousands of twinkling lights and larger-than-life animated Christmas scenes. Sip hot chocolate, snap a photo with Santa, and enjoy the array of holiday exhibits under the illuminating holiday lights. Find your magic at Winterfest of Lights, an Ocean City, Maryland family tradition. Open November 16th through December 31st. Get tickets at OCOcean.com or Northside Park.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Here's a look at your exclusive Coast TV 10-day forecast. 45 for Wednesday, but then we drop to 28, and it's going to feel a lot lower than that because of the winds. But first day of Hanukkah, looking pretty good with some sunshine. We'll warm to 58 on Saturday, 66 on Sunday, but rain will kick in for us on Sunday as well.
Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.